Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this. Welcome back to another rapid run for 1800. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. We are currently 1577, and let's see who we get today. Tony Gentle from Canada. All right. So I'm going to stick with my Jobava setup. We just play systems here. We're going into the Slav. So, yep. Let's see. Yep, we just push e3. We look to develop light squared bishop or a knight. Get our queen off. Castle. Okay, so with this variation, we like to follow Alex Banzia's pawn storm. We're just going to sit here and rush the bishop. Now, they may just move it out of the way. In which case, that'll, ooh. Let's see. Let's see if we can get them to fall for this trap. So let's see, it's, push pawn, if takes. Put our knight here. Oh, but that doesn't work because, this bishop is staring at this pawn. Yeah, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. That only works whenever the bishops are off, or it's just not on this diagonal. Okay. Well, guess we're just going to have to defend. We could play this variation, so play knight a4, queen check, pawn push. Our queen defends, and then we usually just rush queen. Okay, let's play that. And so we're looking to plan our knight here. We usually will end up with some sort of double pawn structure. It's been a while since I've played this, but it's okay. So maybe here. Let me push. Yeah, I think this is okay. Yep. It has been so long since I've played this, so we'll be kind of winging it. And then once the queen backs off or something, okay, just drop it back. Let's go ahead and challenge. I don't know. I don't like the bishop being on this diagonal anymore. I mean, as you can see with all of these, pawn pushes, we kind of have a weak short side castle. It's not terrible because we still have our pawns, but it is this is very weak. It's a very weak pawn, and this pawn's backwards. So I think we're just going to go ahead and I want to get my knight developed too, but I don't necessarily like h3, so I think this is probably about the only other option here. I don't want to commit to a pawn storm anymore. Not with all of these weakening pushes. Okay. Yeah. Now I'm trying to figure out where our G knight should go. I mean, we can just obviously do this kind of reroute, but I don't see anything happening on the light squares here, and this is just kind of out of the game a little bit. We don't know if they're going to want to castle short, castle long. And I can always plant this here, bishop takes, do this, open up our rook. In fact, what if I just go ahead? Nah. Let's develop our last piece. Here, we move our bishop. I have so many options, but I mean, it's not incredibly clear where I want to take this. I really don't want to start overextending the pawns. You know, as much as it'd be fun to kick out the knight. I mean, what do I do with it? Could pin the knight, induce h6. I don't see the reason for that. Yeah, we're just gonna place the knight on e2. I mean, it's not a terrible square for the knight. Just, I have all these pieces. Okay, you know what? In that sense, I'm okay with the knight being on e2 because I would be totally cool with trading off the bishops and putting it on f4. I'm gonna save the castle for now. If I put this here, yeah, I mean, it threatens this pawn, and I mean, worst case, we're just going to get the pawn push. And do I like being here? Okay, no. So, that doesn't do anything. I was debating about taking this pawn, just like, oh yeah, we'll attack the queen, but I mean, what? It's just a one mover, right? Queen comes back, I have to move, I lose a piece. So, okay. So now this is probably coming. And it's a perfectly balanced position. We have no bishops on the board, so going into a closed position, I mean, would be fine. Okay, doesn't want to push the pawn. Interesting. I'm considering breaking it myself. Alright, castle shorts incoming. That's not how you castle short, Alex. There you go. Castle shorts incoming. Gotta figure out what my middle game plan is here. I feel like with this structure, I mean, I should be playing queenside. This may be an inaccuracy. Yeah, I'm gonna play rook b1. I want to force some lines open. I know I have my queen already here staring at this. So this was b5 was already playable, but I just want my rook on this file because I'm planning on opening it up. Okay. Well, now my knight lives here. It lives here until knight a6 or knight d7, and I guess we can still play for the center capture. Or I could do this. Yeah. My king is still okay. I mean, the dark diagonal's fine. That's okay. I mean, but what if this? That's fine, actually. So a4 probably just reinforces, and then it's take, and then it's kind of like, all right, now you have the open file. So what am I doing? Yeah, I am a bit lost for my middle game plan here. I mean, break open. Let's castle. Do I castle or do I just play f2? f2, I mean, I have to worry about some knight checks. Castle, I mean, if I castle, I'm hanging on to this pawn. Alright, we're gonna castle, and I'm looking to... The reason I castle is because I want to try and break open the center now. As much as I wanted to break open the queen side, I'm thinking breaking the center is now. Of course, this weakens my dark squares, but they don't have the dark squared bishop anymore, so I'm okay with it, I think. Yeah, I think I'm okay with it. Yeah, let's do this, and then we can potentially open up the F file for the rook. Okay. Yeah, and we defend our knight. Important, because knight's hanging without the e pawn. So now we do have the semi-open F file for our rook, and it is, you know, somewhat scary for our king, but all in all, I think this is okay. So Now, I'm thinking about this. Probably going to be knight d5. Of course, we can trade. And then I can push. Kind of keep. And then start rotating my... You know what? Let's... Yeah. Oh. Of course there's this, but what does this do? Does this even do anything? I mean, it's, again, a one mover. It does nothing. It does nothing. Yeah, okay. I think I'm going to take the knight. Just because... Even with my pawn here... I mean... I guess... we could open it up more, but I'm kind of okay with leaving it closed and starting to stare at the king side here. Okay, we're going to trade knights. And I'm going to push e5. Because I do want... You know, do I push e5? Maybe we wait to push e5. Ah, but what... I don't see... Okay, so that's what we take with. I push that. This position is so balanced. I cannot come up with the best game plan right now. E5. I mean, e5. It is knight d5, and then maybe I'll just take. Like if I do anything, I don't even see this. I think it's just immediately this. Takes. Huh. Where is my attack? I mean, obviously, I still... h7, it's a very weak threat. It's just going to be neutralized by either g6 or h6. But, alright. We push. We wait for the trade. Yep. Okay, so... what I'm sitting here thinking is, why take him to where he gets what he wants? I'll let him take me. Knights don't move that way. Let him take me, and then I get my rook lifted. Yeah, I think that's what I want right now. Let's see. Are there any other squares that I need to be afraid of? No. It's still not as interested in opening this up. That just, everything becomes too open for me right now. I just knight. A lot of maneuvering, Alex. So knight h5, g3, e4, all to get to g5, in which I mean, I don't know, it seems like a pretty okay square for my knight. Like, what they can't do this. They do this, we start opening up lines, but then I mean, sorry, this is not possible. If my knight's on g5, we're not playing f6, because that'd be mate. All right, we're gonna rotate. we're making the maneuver. I'm gonna see if I can get my knight on g5. This is pretty slow, but I think I'm also okay with, even if e4 is not the best square, I have d6. I mean, I'm just, my knight's in the position. My knight needs to improve. I don't want to trade it because we're just gonna start playing Rook Queen endgame, and to me, that feels pretty drawish. I don't want that. What are we looking for here? So let's drop it back. What is this queen move? No. What is that queen move? Are we preparing for a5, a3, take, rook, takes. Yeah, because I can't take that. All right, I'm gonna allow that. Because I'm thinking, what if I just plant my knight? So let's see. If that 94, what if takes, plant the knight? But then just too much. So take, knight planted. Or I mean, worst case. This is secondary to my original plan. I mean, oh wait, I can't even put my knight there now because never mind. Queen is staring at the diagonal. Man. Okay. We're looking at these squares. That is reasonable. Do I need to worry about that? Don't. No, I don't think so. I'm not too concerned. So, G5 is out right now. I can't even, press this pawn up here. And I could slowly weaken my king side to get my knight here. But yeah, there are these squares for sure. So knight comes here and we stare here. Like, what do? Just move my rook up? He now has control of the d6 square. I don't want to drop my knight. G3. This is also slow. So G3, H4, all to support my knight landing on G5. That's not possible. That's not possible. Maybe this. And then, I mean, I start to kind of open up a little bit here. I'm not afraid of the knight landing on A3. That feels out of the position. I mean, it's blocking my pawn from defending if A5, but I'm okay with it. I really just want to get my knight on G5, put some pressure on his king. Okay, what does this do? You looking to push? I mean, okay, well now my knight can land on G5 for free. G5, no F6, no H6. I mean, it's got to be G6. It has got to be G6. Because that's the only way that stops me from landing my queen on H7, regardless. And then while we're sitting here, we got these squares covered. Where's my attack continue? Maybe get my rook up and over. Man, my time, 5 minutes against 13 minutes. I'm one of the slowest players you will ever meet. All right, I'm interested in this. That's met with H5 though, and we can break. I think this is okay. I think. Yeah, I feel like I finally have created some pressure here on his king side. And let me be clear, it's not always about attacking the king right away. I didn't see any opportunities on the queen side that I liked. I did not want to open up the queen side as much as I wanted to at the beginning of the game. I just felt like my opportunity lived with this F file, and so I gotta make use of it. Okay, where is this going now? I'm going to go here. Yeah, I'm threatening this. Does it just go here? No, it can't go here. It's got to come here. H5, H5, G4. That's all I can see. Where do we? Okay. I'm just gonna play it. No hesitation. This seems like the way. Okay. So now we take. Right, yeah, let's take it. Is there any rook sacrifice? No, this queen is kind of going to be a slight menace. Thinking about just rotating my rook here first, in case this happens. Just take, and then take, and... Wait, sorry. If this, here, and then of course, queen comes in, we'd have check. Yeah, that may not be as much of a threat as I thought. Like, kind of putting out my flame per se. There's always this. Kind of like that. Kind of like that a lot. Yeah. I mean, just... Yeah, let's do this. Threaten the rook. So I'm threatening material on top of everything, but here, check, there. There's no there, sorry, that's mate. Rook's gotta move, I think. And then my knight just has this dominating f6 square. It is never... Wait. Well, it can get kicked out, but I'm okay. Because I feel like I just have so much pressure. I mean, rook moves. Yeah, rook moves. So here, it's got to move. Man, really want to get rid of... Alright, we're going to exist here. Then think about just swiping this pawn first. I don't know. Obviously here, king comes up. Is there anything for me to do with that? Check. What? He goes this way? Like, check. We just start repeating a little bit. Man. If this pawn leaves, I mean, this queen has free reign of this whole rank. And I don't want that. Let's go here. What does this do? I mean, it's always good to have this on the same file as the king. I feel like I have to be winning here somewhere. Okay. What's happening? I'm okay with that, I think. Yeah, this is fine. So, thinking here, 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 here. This. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to focus real fast, man. Okay, now my knight's got to do something. What happens if I go here? Knight here first. Oh, he just takes it. He just takes it. I'm stupid. He doesn't have to move. Ah, my attack's running out of steam. What's he take with? The pawn? Not that pawn. Pawn. Alright, let's just do this. And if defends, my queen can come in. I have 3 pieces on this. Backwards pawn. Alright, the attack still lives. It still lives. I'm expecting rook to f8, where I can take g6, and like I said, just build up all this pressure here. So it's important to sit there and think about what your opponents want on their time. Like, yeah, before you make a move, but like, well, okay, yeah. So we expected this. So now, this is coming. I'm not going to take the... I want to add as many pieces into the mix as I can. So, we will do this rook, and then queen, maybe? Like, I'm looking at this. Just take here. Mate? We have mate here. There's no way we don't have mate, right? You can't come down. Yeah, there's no way we just don't have mate. Let's see. Takes here, and just rook, and that's it. If runs away, take here, mate. Yeah, we have mate. We have mate regardless. GG's, Tony Gentle. That was quite a game. Quite a game indeed. Yeah. 1589. Good game, Tony Gentle from Canada. Let's go ahead and let him know. Thank you, Levy, for popping in here. Oops. Tony Gentle J. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump straight into the game review. We are now 1585. Please have some decent accuracy. Whew! Oh man, had a terrible blunder. We're gonna have to check that out. 72.6% accuracy. And yeah, had 5 inaccuracies, 2 mistakes, and a blunder. Yeah, the miss. Wow. Wow. Played like a 1400. Whew! Not having the best games. I don't know how we're winning against these higher rated players. Alright, let's see. Where did all of the inaccuracies come from? Yep, book. I'm setting up for the pawn storm. Okay, that's fine. Inaccuracy. Great. Yes. This is all. Okay, we did not like. Okay. So, I was hesitant about trading the bishops off. but I didn't think it would be an inaccuracy. It still wants me to pawn storm. Wow. So it's saying, yeah, pawn storm. I mean, all the way back? Wow. I never would have imagined he would send the bishop all the way back. I guess it's so I can now control the diagonal. But it's not completely game altering. It's tenths of a centipawn. 0.5. But I want to see what this blunder is. I really screwed up. Inaccuracy. Oh. So it wants me to take. When I take, he just gets his queen activated, and that's why I didn't take. That's why I did not take there. Takes. I was cool with my knight moving. Okay, yeah, so this rook move really doesn't do much. I learned pretty quickly it doesn't do much. That's why I mistake. Oh, it wants me to go open it up though. But here I saw this, and then yeah, I'd have to move my rook back, and it's just kind of like, oh, then what was the point of me moving my rook in the first place? But since we're better, I just had to be a little bit more patient. All right, so their castling was a mistake. Where does it explain? I take. Ah, it's a free pawn. Ah, I did not see that. Wow. Okay. I'm just not paying attention. Oh, get me out of this. Alright, castle, and then this is a huge blunder. Huge blunder. Oh my gosh. Why is this a blunder? What happens here? Yeah, show me. Oh! Oh my gosh! Alex! Holy crap! You got so lucky, dude! What are you thinking? Oh my god! This is what quality 1500 chess looks like. Hanging pieces on move 16. Okay. Oh my god, I just got incredibly lucky. Okay, so, you know, aside from that, whoops, moving the knight over to h5 was the best. Oh. Yeah, I didn't see that. Duh. I just kind of stuck with my plan here. Whoa. Hold up. Okay, obviously he can't take, right? Because then that's not what I was thinking. Okay, wait. I mean, obviously, like this, yeah, this has to happen because when I check, he would have been forced into this corner, but now he goes over here, and then this here. Take. Oh, we're up material. Wow, that's a fancy move. That is quite a fancy move. Just thrusting our rook up into the position. It is just too early for some of these. Ah, still thrust the rook up there. Okay, rook goes up here. Sure, we'll play along here for a minute. So we have three pieces pressuring the f7, one of the weakest pawns. Takes. And was my queen get involved next? No, we take. Oh, I see. Or pressure the queen. So basically, I mean, there we go. I'm gonna start losing material. Yeah. So that's a move. Oh man, guys, I'm sorry. The quality of this game is just terrible. That's a mistake. Okay. Why is this a mistake? My knight and rook are indeed skewered. I'd have to go here. Knight here. Yeah, I see. I still would get to open this up at some point, but my queen's no longer on the diagonal that I even want it to be on. Got it. Moving on. And blunder and accuracy. What just want me to take? Inaccuracy. Good lord. I have got to learn how to play this game better. Oh, just takes. Just take. Ah, because I win the queen. Sorry. I was running out of steam at this point. I'm not gonna lie, but I completely missed all these tactics. Holy. I call myself a 1500. Yeah, and then it's just a mate sequence, no matter what happens here. Alright. Good game, Tony Gentle. Played like a 1400 today. I think that's what it said. Let's see. Yep. So, if any of you guys are lacking confidence in your ability to climb up to 1500, just reference this game right here. I hung a knight on move 16. My opponent did not see it. And then we just completely butchered all of our attacking opportunities. We got pretty lucky that it was enough pressure to cause our opponent to screw up, but all in all, we're still learning. This is why we're not 1800. This is why we're trying to climb to 1800. We're trying to improve on all of our inaccuracies and mistakes. So, thank you guys for tuning in for episode 3 of the road to 1800. Our ultimate goal is 2200 FIDE. That is a long shot, but you gotta have some ambition if you really want to climb the ladder. Just give yourself these ridiculous goals, make yourself improve. And with that, I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are whenever you're watching this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.